Very nice. Mm, 90 foot long, 30 foot wide at the end. Breath of fire. Oh, it's the same as a gold dragon. The hell? My phone keeps going asleep for no reason. I can't read chat without my phone. Okay, so breath of fire. And then they have well, my computer must be hot or something. Nope, it's fine. My bit rate's in the red though. I think I need to clean my intake. Are you there, Nomkinator? Looks like you're back now, is that correct? Had to refresh? Okay. Yeah, my bitrate went into the red for some reason. I think my computer might be getting hot. I'd need to... there's a vent cover on the top that's made of, like, rubber. And you can, like, peel it off and vacuum out the holes to clean it. And then just put it back down. I think I need to vacuum that off today. So I figured out these Tien Lung dragons have the same breath weapon as gold dragons. So all I had to do was plug in the gold dragon breath weapon macro onto the Tien Lung dragon. And I made that years ago. So now I'm on to their spells. Man, what is going on here? I need to check my task manager. Green shot's still open. I can close that. I'm creating a Roll20 account now and seeing how this works. Cool. So you just like confirm, you make it with your email, and I think it makes you confirm your email, and then you can go into the LFG and look for games and stuff. And there's hundreds of different role-playing games. It's not just Dungeons and Dragons. There's like, Star Wars, Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, Starfinder, the new Dune RPG, hundreds and hundreds of games. And then each one has, probably hundreds and hundreds of DMs looking for players. The second edition community on Roll20 is pretty robust. And there's a lot of people that use my old macros. So you might see some of my work in someone else's game if you play someone else's game. Chances are it'll be older versions of what I use, though. So, man, what is my animation keeps slowing down like that? I'm not even on a map that's using dynamic lighting or anything like that. Trying to find where to create a 2E character. Oh, you do it in your character vault. So if you go up to here, I'll show you actually. I can show you on here. If you wanted to make one in my game, you'll have to use the simple sheet, and it's easier to do it in my game. So if you joined my game first to make a character, you have a way easier time of doing it. But what you do is you go to Tools right here, and then you go to Characters. And then it's been a while since I've done this. I think you go to Create. And I'm not sure if they support the simple sheet yet. So AD&D. Yeah, they don't support any AD&D sheets yet. It's all the new stuff. Cypher system, the new Dune game, 5th edition D&D. The new D&D, the 2024 alpha, that just, I think it just came out yesterday. The player's handbook just came out yesterday. So how to create a 2E character. You'd have to join my game. So I will send you a link to my LFG page. Let's see. And I'm looking for players, manage listing. Okay, so if you follow this link, and then once you get to the page, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says please apply here, if you click on the link, it'll take you into a application form, and you would just write, just a real quick 1 paragraph application. I don't know how you want to do it, but once you send it to me, then I can click on this button that says invite to game, and we can get started. And something is up with this YouTube channel, I guess. So there goes the ambient music. I'll turn on the music in the game though. And then you're gonna want to make a Discord account as well, so that we can talk to each other. Hopefully you have a headset and a mic and all that stuff. So if you, I'll send you a link. I have Discord and a streamer quality mic and earphones. Nice. Very nice. Then I will give you a link to The game Discord. That's right. I'm in the wrong one. Okay, so we invite and edit invite link. Okay. So here is the link. Let's see, I also know how to push to talk. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can. That's optional. You don't have to push to talk if you don't want. Discord has a lot of really cool, like background noise canceling software on it. So if you hook that up, there's usually no problem. Okay, so Sonod Hex. And let's see if you applied yet. Yeah, you click, yeah, post reply, and then, since you are applying straight from, Twitch, you don't have to say very much, just, like, hey, I'm applying straight off Twitch. You see Method 5, I use Method 5, yep. So you can, for the most part, make almost any character class combination, usually by only rolling one time. If you have an idea of what character class and race combination you want, I allow you to re-roll until you can become that character class and race combination. But then you have to stop re-rolling. So if it's something, really complicated like an Azamar Paladin, you'll probably have to re-roll a few times. And then the very first stat block you get that you can use to make that character, that's the one that you'd be using. So but yeah, it's I use Method 5. I don't run private game sessions for other days other than Sunday. Like if we play, it's going to be on Sunday at 10 Pacific, unless we agree on a certain different time as a group. And then if your character leaves the group and goes off and does adventuring stuff alone, the character is retired. So like last weekend, one of my players wanted to leave the rest of the group in town and go out into the wilderness and go on an adventure in a dungeon alone. And I said, okay, that means that your character is retiring and going off and doing his own thing. So now it's time to make a new character. And he said, wait, what? Like, can we do this like on a Wednesday night or something? And I was like, no, it's got to be on Sunday. So, yeah, I don't run private sessions for people like they do on Critical Role and stuff, where they have one character playing and then everyone else is kind of sitting there watching the DM and one person play D&D. That's not fair. I don't do that. So I run the game for as long as the characters stay together. And if they split up and do their own thing, then they retire. And it's usually just, one person who wants to go off and do their own thing. And I've never forced a character into retirement. I just say, hey, like, if you go off and do your own thing, your character's retired. So as long as you stay with the group, then your character is still legit. Sunday is probably the best day for me, so that's perfect. I've been a DM for so long, I'll probably roll a fighter. Okay, that's fine. There's a whole bunch of really cool options for fighter. You got like a long ass list of kits. There's a whole bunch of, 50 different races to choose from, because I can't think of any races that can't be a fighter. I don't know, maybe... Yeah, I can't think of any races that can't be fighter. Barrier, a female barrier, I think, can't be a fighter. That's about it. Or maybe it's males. That's a weird race anyways. Okay, I'm gonna check to see if you joined the Discord yet. Okay, so looks like you joined the Discord. Before you can even talk, I have to give you the player role. So now you can join the voice chat. And I'm going to check to see if you applied on Roll20 yet. Not yet. It looks like you're signed out on Roll20. I think there's like one from humanoids that can't. Oh yeah, the Fremlin. I think they can only be thieves or something. Yeah, I think you're right. But there's all kinds of awesome races to choose from. Yeah. Let's see. Character generation. Oh, wow. Thanks for the sub, by the way. And the application doesn't really have to be super complicated because, you know, you're not like a random person. Okay, I got 2 males. Oh yeah, I get double males, that's right. Okay. Alright, so I sent you an invitation to the game. So you should be able to click on your mail envelope. And there will be a mail from me. And it'll have like a button or something. You just click and it'll let you join the game. So it's not your email, but your Roll20 mailbox. So to check that, you can just go to your okay, accepted. So now on my list, you should be listed as gameplay. Yep, there it is. Now you can join the virtual tabletop. And on Discord, I have you as a player, so you can join the voice chat. Yeah, launch game. Yep. Have you ever seen, read, or used AD&D Diablo 2 The Awakening? I have seen the book, but I've never played it or used it. Just reading the rules and we'll launch after that. Okay. I will give you a character sheet. And I got pre-made sheets. And character sheet. Whoops. No. So the first thing you'll need is a name for your character, and then I can go from there. Doing the tutorial. Oh, okay. I haven't done the tutorial in a really long time, so there should be some really cool new features. Unless you haven't turned on the new tools. Yeah, beta features. That's these right here. In your personalization and display, there's a dark mode and beta features slider. That's pretty useful, unless you like a white screen. Dark mode is like how it is on my screen, where everything is black or gray. it's just, I don't know, to me it's just more aesthetically pleasing. I don't like to see a bunch of white fields like this. It just hurts my eyes. It's too bright. Dark mode is, it's in My Settings, and you go to Personalization and Display, which should be open by default as soon as you click on My Settings. And then you're going to want to turn on dark mode right here, slide it to the right. And then if you want to have these high-speed tools right here, you want to turn on beta features right here. And then should be good after that. Got it, thank you. Okay. Where's the option for it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you your character sheet now. So you should see a character sheet on your tabletop. And pretty much the first step is just replacing Nomkinator with your character's name. And then from there I can give you a token and whatnot. What race did you want to play? And you still want to be a fighter? Sylvan elf. Like to explore the options. Where do I see this? In the books. So I can give you a link to Purple Worm if you like. I'll put it right in the virtual tabletop chat. So that's a link to a list of all the splat books, the player's option books, and you know, the core rule books. And then if you wanted to make something from like the Humanoids Handbook, see if I can find a copy of the Humanoids Handbook for you. I don't remember where I got mine. But you probably have your physical copies. You could just use your physical copies. And then if you want to do, you know, a weird race from Spelljammer or you know, Planescape or whatever, if you have physical copies of that, you can use that too. So do I create the character on Roll20 or do you create it for me? You create it with this character sheet that I just showed you. So first step in character creation is your name. And then I can give you a Sylvan Elf token. I think that's Wild Elf. Sylvan Elf, okay. Wild Elf. Okay, there's a female. Male, female, male, and male. Do any of these strike your fancy? Oh, where you see it? Okay. So I'm showing it to you right now. It should pop up on your screen. And to find it yourself without me showing it to you, you go to your journal tab, which looks like a little book. And I'm gonna slide it towards the top of your journal. I'll put it right at the very tippity top. And if you can't come up with a name, I have a elf name generator if you want to use it. Just let me know which of these tokens you like. I'm trying to find on my screen where I see this character sheet. So it should have popped up as soon as I click show to players. See, edit. Yeah, it's all players. Can be edited, controlled by Nomcanator. I'll show it to players one more time. 2 more times for good measure. And then if you can't see it yet, then go up to your journal tab right here. And it's going to be right at the top. So I go to the books. To see the character sheet, you go to the journal tab, which looks like a book. It's in the top right corner of the screen. Should see 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 tabs. There should be a tab that's like 3 hexagons called Collection. One that looks like a gear that's called My Settings. One that looks like a speaker with sound coming out of it. It's the jukebox. Wait, you might not be able to see the jukebox as a player. And then there's one that looks like a book. It's called Journal. And then one that looks like chat bubbles. And that's the chat tab. You're going to want to click on the journal, which looks like a book. And then the very top, tippity top character sheet is your character sheet. Well, your icons are going to look different than mine because I'm the DM and you're a player. So you might not have the jukebox. And you might not have the art library. I don't remember if players have the art library. But you're going to want to click on the book. It might be the second icon. I don't remember. Is your mic hooked up? Because I'm waiting for you in the voice chat. You should be able to join the voice chat on Discord. And actually, if this token is taken, I'll see if I can find some more wild elf tokens. Let's see, PNG GIF, pixel art actually. Pixel art, PNG GIF, wild elf. Well, red hair elf? Red hair elf. There we go. Wild elves have red hair and a swarthy skin, and they're muscular. They're the buffest of the elves. Some of them tattoo their skin. I think they get like +1 or +2 to their strength score. They're pretty yoked when it comes to elves. And there's really no... I'll try ginger elf, maybe? Sylvan elf.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
I had to fix a couple things, but I'm good now.
Yeah. It's way easier when we can actually talk to each other.
Yeah, so I went to the journal and then the book, and then it says characters, and it gives me this little character sheet, but it looks nothing like a 2E sheet.
Okay, does it
Like
does it say
positive, magnetic, uplifting?
you're not even on my virtual tabletop right now. Did you I saw you in the game for like a minute, but you're gone now.
Yeah, how do I get back to that?
You go to... Are you on the Roll20 website?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to Games. And then find the one that says The Orb of Solid Hex, and then launch game.
Fine.
And that's where you'll find your journal tab.
Because it has me in editor right now.
In what?
In editor?
Yeah, that's the game. Yep. And I don't see you on the virtual tabletop yet. It's just me in here alone.
Yeah, I was in there for a moment and something messed up. And it made me leave. I'm trying to figure out how to get back here. I think it has me in like my own game. I don't even know what it is.
Here.
I'm trying to figure out how to get back home.
I'll give you a link you can click on in the Twitch chat. So if you click on that link, it's going to take you to the home page for the game, and you can launch from there.
I think I found it again. I just
Okay.
had to go all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
It wants me to do this tutorial and I skip it now.
Yeah, you can skip it. So do you see the tabs in the top right corner? There's a chat tab, art tab, journal tab.
Yeah. When I first get into it, it's like pages unresponsive, so it wants me to wait a little bit.
Oh, your connection might be a little slow. Are you on Wi-Fi or?
No, I'm hard connected on a PC.
Okay. What's your download speed right now?
I don't know where to find that, but pretty fast. Okay, here we go. It probably just takes a while to load everything.
Yeah, it takes a while to load the virtual tabletop, yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, I see you on the virtual tabletop now. So if you open
Okay.
open up your journal tab, there should be a character sheet called Namkinator. Is that how you pronounce that? Namkinator?
Yes.
Okay. So if you open up that and then give your character a name that's not Namkinator, unless you want your character to be named Namkinator.
Gotcha. Do I have to click a save button or does it?
No,
save
you just
it to
you
the
hit
tab?
you hit enter as soon as you're done typing it in. Matthias Gabriel, okay. And then I'm assuming that's a male name, so do any of these male tokens? So the top ones are all female.
Oh, so you choose the token for me?
No, you choose which one you want, and then I'm going to attach it to your character sheet.
Oh.
So there's these 3 are male right here, and I'm looking for more. PNG,
Do you have like a sword and shield guy?
let's see. Wow, what the hell? I do have a different type of elf that has sword and shield. There's I have a really cool looking gray elf one that has sword and shield. Let's see if I can. Wait. No, he just has a sword. But it's not super important right now. I can find a better token later. But do any of these 3 look appropriate for the character? This one's got like a 2-handed sword with long hair. This one's got looks like a spell book, and he's casting a spell. And then this one looks like he's got maybe like a 2-handed. No, either a 2-handed sword or a long sword.
We can always change it later, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So
okay.
just pick one for now, and then we'll move on.
The guy on the left.
Okay.
That's. It's really not that important.
Nope. Okay. Let's see. Flip vertical. And flip horizontal. Matthias. Gabriel. Save settings. Okay, so you should now be able to click up on this token and select it, and you'll notice a box around it with a little like stick sticking out. That little stick represents your facing. So whatever direction that little stick is sticking out, that's the front of your character. And then at the top of the screen, there should be a bunch of buttons that show up. You're going to want to click on the one that says Character Creation. It's going to roll stats for you in chat. And if you click on the Chat tab, you'll be able to see the results of your roll. I'm going to give you...
I figured out how to turn them.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. I got to click them again. Okay. And then which button does rolls?
Character Creation. Yep.
Which icon is that?
What do you mean icon? What's an icon?
I thought you said like on the icon I have to do rolls, or where do I do the rolls again?
Okay, you click on your token right here, and then at the top of the screen there's a bunch of buttons that show up once you click on it. And you're going to want to click on the one that says Character Creation.
Oh, up there. Okay. I thought it was like one of the little circles that popped up.
No.
Character creation. Okay.
Okay. So, looks like you can make a fighter out of that. I'm not sure if you can make a Sylvan elf, so I'll have to check. So I think all you have to have is like a 12 strength to make a fighter. Let's see. Elves. And
where does it show all the rolls?
in chat. So in the top right corner,
Oh,
all those. Yeah, you're gonna want to click on the chat tab. And you made upper middle class, and your optional traits are male, sober, and mousy. That's just completely optional. If you want to be female, you be whatever sex you want to be, whatever, personality you want to be. And it
dang,
gives
that
you
is the most mediocre rolls I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, it's pretty mediocre. Let's see. Character creation, elf subraces, find wild, maybe Sylvan. There we go. Okay, so you gotta have minimum 6 strength, 6 dex, 7 con, 8 intelligence, 3 wisdom, and 7 charisma. So it looks like you can be a Sylvan Elf fighter with those stats. If you want to re-roll, you can re-roll 1 time. I'd always allow people to do 1 re-roll. But whatever it is, you're stuck with it. Unless you can't be, a fighter Sylvan Elf, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted, because I wanted to check. Can't remember if the Sylvan Elves get the +1 to swords or if it was spears. Or if that's applicable in.
All the elves get +1 to long and short swords, and all bows +1 to hit.
I thought that changed depending on what elf race goes. I mean, it's probably different on Roll20.
No, it's not different. It's the same. That might be in a different edition. Spear. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about spears in the entire Sylvan Elf description.
So, like, the pluses and the minuses to the race, is that automatically figured into the character creation?
No, but when you plug in your final stats, the table populates itself for you, which is pretty high speed.
So I put in the stats myself.
Yeah.
Just based off of what was in the chat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but you do get an adjustment to strength and dexterity, and then constitution and charisma. You get +1 strength, dex, and -1 con and charisma. And the minimums for their stats are pretty low. So pretty much as long as you put your 8 in as long as you put your 8 in anything but intelligence. Nope, even intelligence, you can arrange your stats any way you want. And you can still be a Sylvan Elf fighter.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 1 re-roll and hope it isn't worse.
Yeah. It's probably gonna be better. You might have a
pretty mediocre.
You might have a larger range actually. You might have as low as a 6 and as high as a 17 or 18.
Well, if I get an 18, I get a 19 strength. Oh my god.
Yeah, their racial maximum is 19, so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do 1 more roll here then and pray to the gods that I get it.
Yep.
Do I just hit character creation again?
Yep, character creation 1 more time. And if you, as a fighter, if you have 16 or higher in strength, you get a 10% bonus to your experience points you earn.
Right, yeah, that's what I was at least hoping for. Alright, so here we go. You ready?
Yep. Nice, you got an 18.
Oh my god.
Yep, you got it.
Look at that.
Okay, so I'm guessing you want to keep that.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. I mean, there's a lot of 10s and 11s, but I mean, there's an 18 in there, so.
Why the hell did my green shot just disappear? What the hell? It's like completely gone.
Alright, so then I go down to, see, okay, here's the stats. So then, do I put 18 in strength and it automatically changes it to 19?
No.
Or do I put 19?
No, you put over in notes, you put 18 plus 1 and in parentheses put race. You know? So we know it's a racial adjustment. And then add it up and then put the total on the left side. And it'll fill in that line for you. Yeah.
Okay, it should pop up on you here in a second.
Yeah, what you have to put 19 in where it says strength. And then it will populate the rest. See how
this is legit.
Yeah. It's way easier to make NPCs because of that. I don't have to like flip through a bunch of tables every time I make an NPC. I can like mass produce NPCs. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so you got 5 more to place. You also get a +1 to Dex, and then you get -1 to Con and Charisma. And I need to find Green Shot because it's disappeared.
Yeah, I'm just writing this down real quick so I can do the proper maths. Because I think if I'd use the 14 on Constitution, that'll take it to 13. I still get +1 to hit points.
Let's see.
Pulling that up.
Yeah, 15 Con gets you +1.
Oh, 15 Con does. Okay.
14. Yeah, it starts at 15.
And 14's my only other high number, but that could be a 15 dexterity. Probably what I'll do. Standard. And then in chat where it rolled that template with all your stats on it, there should be a magenta colored button that says height, weight, age. And there should be a really long drop down. If you find Sylvan elf male, maybe it's wild elf. Let's see, Sylvan. Yeah, Sylvan, and it's wild elf in parentheses. Male. It'll roll height, weight, and age for you. The saving throws are automated, so you don't have to put your saving throws in,
just your modifiers and your notes for saving throws. And then I have abilities for your elf race. Racial. Uh, 18, 14, 11, and 3 10s. All right. And then, see, I gave you infravision. And then, let's see, your starting languages are based on how many number of languages you have on your intelligence. One of them has to be your native tongue. And then, so you have, your number of languages is 2. So you have 1 bonus proficiency slot for another language, or a non-weapon proficiency slot, or a weapon proficiency slot because you're a warrior. And then you are limited to 2 languages in your whole life. So usually the group uses the common tongue. So I would highly recommend choosing the common tongue as your second language. So if you slide down to proficiencies and languages, it's about halfway down. And then your race gets, let's see, no. Oh, weird. Did you hear me earlier?
No, not for a little bit. I thought you like left and were coming back.
Oh, yeah. My Discord is acting up. It's like disconnecting me. But I was saying, you have, your number of languages is 2. So one of those languages has to be your racial language, which is Sylvan Elf. And then I highly recommend using the second one for the common tongue, because that's what the player party usually speaks. That's the one language they all have in common.
Yeah, definitely 100% elf and common.
Yeah.
Just by the way, anytime I say any of this stuff, don't get me wrong, I've been a DM for many years, so your rules are your rules.
Yeah.
But for intelligence, it does say right just in the player's handbook that number of languages lists the number of additional languages the character can speak beyond his native tongue.
Let's see.
Intelligence. Okay, yeah, true, yep.
It's not gonna make or break the game either way. Like I
Yeah.
said, you're the
And
GM.
then if you choose, you can use those as bonus non-weapon proficiency slots if you want. And then also because you are a warrior, you could choose to use them as weapon slots. That's completely up to you.
Yeah, I'll probably use. So I'll still go with like elf and common, and then use one as a weapon slot probably.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So as far as like a kit, that's gonna take me a minute because I haven't looked at kits in a long time. But I'm pulling up the. So I know there's a lot of them between all the books, but I think the Complete Fighters book has probably the best ones anyway.
Yeah. For fighters, the elf handbook has like the archer. The wilderness runner and the wind rider. Amazon, Barbarian, Beast Rider, Berserker, Cavalier, Gladiator, Myrmidon, Noble Warrior, Peasant Hero, Pirate Outlaw, Samurai, Savage, Swashbuckler, and Wilderness Warrior. Beast Rider is pretty cool. I've had a guy play a Beast Rider before. He chose a Griffin. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty OP. For like level 1?
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. That's
You
fine.
let him have a Griffin at level 1?
Hell yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Griffins aren't really that special. They don't even have spells. I don't care. It's like what, a 7-hit die monster? That's not. I mean, the character gets more powerful than the Griffin after like 35,000 experience points.
true, but it's
not
pretty OP at low level.
I don't think so.
Let's see. That's right. There's kits in the Elven book too.
Yeah. Archer, Wind Rider, and I forget the other one. I think Wind Riders are like Griffin Riders
I'm pulling that up here. Complete Book of Elves. Elf PC kits. Warrior kit.
I'd even give Beast Rider a gold dragon, like as long as it was, I don't know, probably age category 4 or less. I think, let's see, age category 4, a gold dragon has like 16 hit dice. So you're more powerful than the dragon after level 16. It only takes like, in my campaign, it only takes like maybe 3-4 years to get to level 16.
That in. Yeah, I'm just reading here. If I'm silent, I'm just reading. I know this is like so predictable. I'm doing a Sylvan Elf Fighter. And then I'm probably going to go with the Archer kit.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to do Archer.
Okay. I do what are they called? Strength bows are composite bows. So I know it doesn't actually say that composite bows are strength bows, but that's just how I do it.
Gotcha. I do the same thing, but with elven bows.
Yeah. And then weapon mastery is a thing in my game, so if you want to specialize at level 1, that's fine.
Okay.
And then you can master at level 5 and high master at
I think it's 8 or 9.
6. And then at 9 you can grandmaster. But in order to high master and grandmaster, you have to find a tutor. You can go as high as mastery alone.
That's fair.
Yeah. And of course, everyone starts at level 1. But you're going to gain levels fast. Like the first time you play, you're probably going to have experience overload, where you go to 1 experience point below level 3 at the end of the session, the first session. And then you'll probably be guaranteed a level in the session after that. And
that's legit.
Yeah,
I've done that before.
Yeah. It's pretty common in this campaign because the rest of the players are on adventures where most of the monsters are worth over 10,000 experience points.
Wow.
So you'll be a full member of the group, but kind of like the FNG. And they'll kind of, be kind of taking you under their wing for a while until your levels are up to where you can kind of hold your own. Probably around level 7 or 8, because as a fighter you're going to have a lot of health.
Yeah. My plan, like, should I tell you what my plan is, or?
If you want to. I mean, you don't have to.
Well, I did a strength build because I probably do like a long sword shield combo.
Yeah.
And But if I'm rolling with higher level characters, I might want to stick in the back and do bows for a bit.
Yeah,
After
for a
I'll
while.
pick the
Yeah.
archer build too, so.
Right. Yep.
But I want to do both. Like, once I get higher level, I can be more of a frontman.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Be able to do
especially
range too.
yeah. Especially after you get some good armor and all that. And your armor class goes up.
Okay.
Level 1 hit dice are full. So you automatically get 10.
My man, that's what I do too.
Yeah. I do that for every class. Even multi-class.
That's awesome, man. You do a lot of things in what I do.
Yeah. And then because you're an elf, you get +1 to hit with your any kind of bow and any long sword or short sword. And then I already plugged your special abilities in, so you have, you know, the ability to find secret doors and hidden doors and all that stuff.
Sweet.
And I gave you your infravision. I'm just gonna look for I think I'm gonna look.
Do I roll for gold too then? So
Yeah.
to buy my equipment?
Yeah. Yep. Starting gold for fighters.
I think it's for the archer kit. It says 5d4 times 10.
Yeah, I
That's
think
different from
all
fighters.
fighters have that. Yep, 5d4 times 10.
How
So
do I roll that in the game?
all right. So on the left side of the screen, there's a D20 symbol, and you click on it. It's gonna open up the dice roller for you.
Oh, okay. There we go.
And then, because it's, you know, times 10 or whatever, you're going to want to click on advanced roller at the bottom.
Advanced. Okay. Okay, and then change that up to
Oh, it doesn't let you do
5.
multiples.
D4.
Yeah, it doesn't let you do multiples. I thought it was more advanced by now. Maybe there's...
So I just do 5d4, and then we'll just
Yeah, just
manually
multiply.
type
Add a 0 at the end.
All right, so then I just click roll.
Yep.
12, so 120 gold.
Yep.
That ain't bad.
Yeah. That should get you bow. Wait, how much is that?
Bow,
Awesome.
longsword, and
I think composite longbows are pretty spendy.
well, I think I'm in luck because with the archer kit, I think you start with a bow for
You get one for free. Nice.
Let me
Nice.
double check here.
Archer. You have to buy your bow at 150% the normal cost. This reflects the high quality and fine workmanship of the bow. Damn.
Dang, I thought I got one for free. Oh, well, I guess that's actually the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So 50% more, or 150% of the normal cost. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Then we go to combat and tactics.
Yeah. And I also have a handout. It's under rules, gear
Combat.
and equipment, and weapon armor
data. I think this has the prices on it.
For weapon.
Maybe it doesn't have the prices. What? Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, we're currently in a 100 Years War time period. So composite longbow is 100 GP. Jeez. That means you'd have to spend 150 GP, which is more than you have. You don't necessarily have to start with a composite longbow. You can still be
level 1, man. So
yeah, you can be
I'll acquire
proficient.
one soon.
Yeah, you can be proficient with a weapon you don't own. There's no rules against that. Also, the group is currently in a fantasy East Asia setting, and
Okay.
Daikyu and Hankyu are available.
And what are those? Because I've only done an Asian campaign once, and that was like 30 years.
So the Daikyu is a composite longbow that is short on the bottom half, allowing you to shoot it from horseback. So normally longbows you can't shoot from horseback; you have to use a short bow. But the Daikyu is a longbow that you can shoot from horseback. And then the Hankyu is the same thing, but it's a short bow sized version.
Gosh. Well, I
Um,
think I'll start with a short bow just because of the price.
yeah.
So that'll be 45 gold. Because it's normally 30.
Yep.
That's just what I'll start with, but I'll be proficient.
And then short bows only shoot flight arrows, which is the D6
D6, yeah.
arrow. Yeah. Long bows will shoot any kind of arrow. Humming bulb, sheaf, frog crotch, leaf head.
Remind me how the mastery works, though, because with fighters,
let's see.
like, if I guess what I'm getting at is like, if I mastered the composite longbow, I don't even start with one. So why would I do it? Well, because obviously that's the long-term goal.
You can buy one real quick.
Yeah.
The party might buy you one. I'll put it that way. They'll probably give you a free bow. Okay, so here's a handout that shows specialist attacks per round. If you scroll way down, almost about halfway, towards the top of the specialist attacks per round table, it shows bows. So this is for a specialist. At level 1, you can choose to be proficient with a bow. They changed the rules about bow proficiency in combat and tactics. It used to be you had to spend 2 slots to be proficient with a bow. Now you only have to spend 1. And a second slot for warriors makes you proficient with the bow. Or sorry, a specialist with the bow. And at level 1, you normally get 2 per 1 as a specialist, and then at level 7 it goes up to 3 per 1. So that's 3 per round. And then 13 at level 1 you get 2 per round.
even if you're proficient or if you're a specialist, it doesn't matter. You still get 2 per 1.
Oh,
And then at level 7 to 12, a specialist gets 3 per round, and then at level 13 it goes up to 4. So that's just for specialist, okay? And then once you reach level 5, you can spend a slot to master the bow, which gives you... So normally you have a plus... let's see, what are the benefits of being a bow specialist?
so like an archer, it says bonus weapon proficiencies. You get 2 proficiency slots.
Yeah.
So how does that work at level 1 then? Are you considered
A specialist.
Level 7?
No.
Oh, specialist. Okay,
Yeah, specialist.
gotcha. So I automatically have that then.
Yeah, the archer is an expert with her style of bow and combat. The archer may like do 1 of 2 things. Archer keeps, let's see, 5 slot. Okay, bonus. 2 proficiency slots with long or short bow. So that's in addition to your normal amount of slots for being a fighter. That's a bonus. So it's basically giving you specialist bow, longbow or composite longbow or whatever for free. And then there's also you've got tight groups and broad groups. And then there's fighting styles. There's actually a ranged fighting style, which is pretty cool. And then yeah, you've got bow specialist, and there's some other things you might have options for with bows.
Gotcha.
And you also get your
Yeah,
+1 to hit for being an elf.
heck yeah.
Which I don't know. Do they get +2 to hit because you're an archer, or is that doubled?
So for the archer, well, if you go into the complete book of elves and then pull up the archer kit, they don't get any
Yes, it takes it. Let's see. Later weapon proficiencies may be devoted to other weapons, but the archer will never gain a bonus to attack rolls with these weapons. Wow, that sucks. Despite any strength or proficiency bonus. Wow, you can't even use your strength bonus on swords? That sucks.
Wait, really?
Yeah, this includes losing the normal elven +1 to attack rolls with the long or short sword. You only ever get bonuses to hit with bows.
Okay, that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah, it doesn't exclude magic though. So if you had like a longsword +3, you still get +3 to hit.
Yeah.
It just says strength or proficiency bonus. Doesn't say magic.
That was the whole purpose. Yeah, okay, I guess I need to pick a different kit.
Don't misunderstand though. You still get the +1 to hit with the bow.
Yeah, but no strength bonus.
Yeah, you get the strength bonus if it's a composite bow.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. It's just you only get the strength bonus for the bow, not anything else. So if you found a great axe +5, the highest bonus you'd ever get to hit is +5 because it's a magic axe.
See, that's the thing though, is because I wanted to have like a front man guy with bow as a backup. I don't just want to be like a pure archer. I wanted to be like sword and shield guy, like a tank.
Yeah.
And also have the option to use the bow.
I mean, all it takes is one slot. Huh?
A super deadly archer, but
yeah.
I don't just want to be an archer. This is pretty much pigeonholing me into just being an archer all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Yep, it does. Yep. So the tankiest fighter kit is probably
Like the Cavalier, I think. Well, you gotta be... Special benefits. Cavalier enjoys many benefits, including... At first level, he gets +1 to attack rolls with any lance for which she has proficiency. Third level, he gets +1 attack rolls with any one type of sword. Fifth level, he gets +1 attack rolls. Completely immune to the fear spell. +4 save versus all magic, which would affect his mind. Are you looking specifically for high armor class?
Eventually, yeah.
You know, I don't think any of the kits really do anything with armor class. It's just whatever proficiencies you pick. Like, shield proficiency is hot shit. It gives you a bonus to your armor class when you use any kind of shield. But depending on the type of shield, the bonus changes. So, like, body shield, the biggest shield there is, it gives you +3 to your armor class in melee and +4 against missile attacks.
Yeah,
and then the
like
medium shield is +3 to everything, missile
like
and
that's my ultimate goal. Be like I'd rather be more of a tank than an archer. If I can't be a well-balanced tank archer, I'd rather just be a
tank.
Yeah. Does the party have a lot of tanks? Or...
So far, there's nobody who's really specialized in like raising their armor class and like getting the attention of the enemies. I'll let you use the taunt or the what's it called? There's a fighter proficiency that uses strength. What's it called?
Yeah, because if they don't have like a dedicated tank type guy, like I see myself like long term being like.
There is a character that has maximum possible armor class, but that's because the race starts with a natural armor class of like -3. And
What?
then he has shield proficiency, and he has a medium shield +5. So, but if he gets back attacked, he only has that -3 armor class. It's all his shield. His shield gives him -10 AC,
And there's a character in there already like that.
Yeah, but he doesn't wear armor, so he's not allowed to wear armor actually. So
it's like a monster race.
Yeah. He's a celestial. He's a Asherus.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. So they have a natural armor class of -3, which is like, you know, it's really good, but it makes it so like they're not allowed to wear armor. So his saving throws aren't very good, you know, and then his rear AC is not very good.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could, with a Sylvan elf, you could do your character build where you're wearing magic armor, have a magic shield on your off arm, right? And you have a magic shield on your back. And then, you know, you could be totally tanked the F out, you know.
Like full plate +5
with a body shield +5, and then a body shield on your back +5,
and specialize in shield.
Shield specialization, and you can still have your weapon specialization and mastery and all that stuff, and have like sword shield style where you're not losing your armor class when you're doing. You can actually do shield punches, you know,
and still hit hard.
Yeah.
With a 19 strength.
Yeah, and
carry all that armor.
And 2-weapon fighting style, so you can fight with your sword and your shield in the same round without a penalty. And if you have ambidexterity, it brings your penalty down to 0. You know, you got a lot of options, and it's all in character build.
I think this this Cavalier sounds pretty badass because it says at 3rd level you get a +1 to attack roll with any type of sword. So if I stack that with longsword, being an elf,
Yeah.
we're hitting everything.
Let's see. Warrior kits. Cavalier. Plus they get a mount. You get riding for free. Oh, it has to be horse though.
That's fine.
You're required to be proficient with the lance, any kind, and any kind of sword.
That's fine.
You have to start play with at least 2 weapons, including 1 lance and 1 sword.
Well, I was already planning on the longsword.
Yeah. Longsword is the most common magic sword too. Like, +1 longswords are, they're like a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I bet.
This goes up every 6 experience levels. +1 to any attack rolls, any type of sword. This goes up +1 every 6 levels. +2 at 9th, +3 at 15. Oh wow, and it doesn't max out. It goes all the way up to 30. Well,
I think this is
27.
my kit right here.
Yeah. At 5th
This
level,
is
he gets
legit.
+1 attack rolls with either Horseman's Mace, Horseman's Flail, or Horseman's Pick. This goes up +1 every 6 levels. These pluses to attack rolls do not add to damage and don't allow the Cavalier to hit a monster that can only be hit by magical weapons, of course. Completely immune to fear spells. Because he's so brave, he inspires others to courage, and so while he's fighting, actually radiates an emotion spell. In a 10-foot radius, this emotion spell radiates courage. See the write-up for the 4th level wizard spell, Emotion. But only to the effect that it negates fear, does not bestow the berserk fury that the actual wizard spell provides. Okay. So you make...
So this is my tank kit right here.
Yeah, and being immune to fear is, like, at higher levels, is huge. Like, you
Yeah.
need immunity to fear. Because people
I want to have like a tanky soldier guy that's like tactical and inspires people and
Yeah.
is on the front lines and stuff like that,
Yeah.
protecting all the casters and stuff like that.
Cavalier's +4 to save versus all magic which would affect his mind, such as which spells, charm, person, friend. So all charm spells, clericals. Yeah, it's all charm, but not illusions. All those spells are charm school or charm sphere, but none of them are illusion.
Going with Cavalier 100%.
Yeah. Starts play with a horse, which he does not have to pay for. This will be either a heavy warhorse, medium warhorse, or light warhorse. Your choice. Player may choose what sort of horse it is, subject to the DM's approval. It will automatically be a charger. That's awesome. See the section on horse quality. The DM may roll for its personality traits according to those rules. If this horse dies, the Cavalier has to acquire himself another one through the usual campaign means. Buy one, be given one, etc. But will not be content with any horse which is not a warhorse of charger quality.
That's fair.
You receive a +3 reaction from anyone of your own culture. And finally, the Cavalier has the right to demand shelter. When he travels, he can demand shelter from anyone in his own nation who is of status lower than nobility. Oh, you're automatically a noble, too. That changes your social class that you rolled. Well, and most people his own status or higher will be happy to offer him shelter. No, it doesn't. But you can demand shelter from anyone who's not a noble.
Yo.
So let's see. I think I know where your character would be from. Um, which is gonna be kind of weird because they are right next to that spot, so it works out perfectly. Fuck, that's cool. And then, actually, your nation has access to unicorns, so you can have a unicorn if you want instead of a warhorse.
What?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah,
mean if my
I will-
unicorn dies, I gotta acquire another unicorn?
No. Nope.
Okay.
And technically a unicorn is a horse, so your Cavalier stuff jives with unicorns. And it's going to be a charger quality unicorn.
This is wild. It feels like I'm creating like a 10th level character already.
Nope, just level 1. Unicorns do have spells, but it's not anything super awesome. It's like a teleport spell that only can teleport you like 100 yards away or something like that. And then they can like cure poison with the touch of their horn, like ad nauseum, I think. And that's pretty much it. Like they're not really a cool monster.
Can I have a dark colored unicorn, or are they all white?
I might have a dark token. Dark unicorn token. Unicorn.
So I was gonna have a black horse.
I
don't think there's any black.
Here's kind of like a chestnut unicorn. And I got a blue one and traditional kind of white with dyed mane.
No, I like that first one actually.
The chestnut one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless if you can change the color of them.
Let's see. You want specifically black?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay.
But if not, it's just a token.
I'm pretty sure I can make a black one. Let's see. Animated tokens. Find unicorn. Whoops. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna PNG GIF black unicorn. Oh, pixel art. Pixel art PNG GIF black unicorn. Nothing really stands out, so I can color one of these ones I already have. So unicorn. Okay. And then gift maker. Plug in the unicorn. Don't stack frames. Crop. And effects. Do you want it to be like completely blacked out or just really, really dark? Because I can black out like even the saddle and all that. Oh shoot. My bad. It disconnected me again.
All good.
I can. Do you want it to be completely blacked out, like even the saddle is black too?
No.
Let's see.
It's like the horse itself, or just make it darker in general.
Okay.
Like I said, it's not a huge deal. It's just a token, but
Yeah. Let's see. Invert colors. Wait. Grayscale.
okay. So I'm just gonna go down the character sheet here. So yeah, my hit points should be just 10, right?
Yeah. Yep.
10. Oh, out of. Oop, took away the code. Said something at. Oh, there we go.
And tinted black. Intensity all the way up. That doesn't look right. Maybe we'll grayscale it again. What color do you want, like, the saddle to be? And the reins. Shoot, did I get disconnected again? I did. This is so weird. There must be an update on Discord that I didn't get.
All good.
It keeps disconnecting me. I'm gonna shut Discord down and then, you know, reopen it and see if that helps. I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
That's weird. Okay, I need to disconnect. Okay, hopefully that does the trick.
Alright.
Is a brown saddle okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Brown saddle, brown reins, black horse. Or black uniform.
Tint. Wow, you gotta make it really dark brown for it to work. It's barely brown at all. Wow. It's like this super, it's like a pastel brown. Like it's mostly white with a little bit of brown in it for the saddle and reins. But the unicorn itself is black. I don't think that's the best I can do. I'm gonna try one more thing. Let's see. Outfitter. Do you like the stripes on that chestnut one, or do you want it more solid like that blue one was?
Let me see if I can see where you put it.
Oh, actually, the blue one has stripes as well. So does the white one. Jeez, okay. I'll use this brown one then. Let's see. It's called a blazing unicorn. Animate. If maker. Don't stack frames. Crop. Transparent pixels, and we'll make it dark. Tint. Black. 100 intensity. It barely changed at all. I don't think it did change. Let's try 0 on maybe 10. Whoa. Okay. Lightness is the one we want. Let's try 65. Try 30. And maybe we'll turn brightness down a little bit. Maybe 35. Almost there. 2, 3, 4, 5. That might have done it. That looks a lot better. Rename Unicorn Black. Alright, it's uploading right now. It should only take like 15 seconds to upload. Because it's like 35K. It's not huge.
Gotcha. So I was following the rules of the Cavalier. It says you have to have a lance. So I got a light horse lance because obviously I'm riding a horse. Got up my longsword, and then it says you have to buy the most expensive
Armor?
available,
Oh,
which is chainmail.
yeah.
And then I'm getting the body. I might as well keep going with the build. I got a body shield. That was 10 gold. I got 14 gold left. So then, like, probably buy a backpack.
So is this okay? Is that dark enough?
Um,
I can make it darker. It's gonna make everything darker though.
That's plenty dark. That's almost too dark, but it works.
And then there's also this one, which is kind of, I don't really like this one. It's uploading right now. It takes like 15 seconds. Actually, that might not be the right one. Nope, that is. Okay. So this one kind of looks weird.
Yeah, no, I like that previous one better.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see, unicorn. Archived. Counters, there we go. U for unicorn, there it is. Just want to give this a once over and make sure it's not crap. Okay. Teleport 1 time per day. And that's it. Okay. Edit. Duplicate. What do you want to name your unicorn?
Name it Shadow.
Copy of unicorn. Edit. Shadow the unicorn. It's gonna be... Save changes. Advanced. Flip horizontal. Flip vertical. And shadow. The unicorn. HP. Bases. Let's see. So, unicorns, I think they count as like a medium warhorse. So the largest. Actually, that might change with being a charger. I'm gonna have to look that up. They might... Okay. Movement is 24. Armor class is 2. Hit dice 4+4. They're kind of weak. They only have 4+4 hit dice. And their teleport spell only works 360 yards. And they can only do it once per day.
Are you big on like whether players need to have like a proper amount of rations and water and all that?
So it depends on what terrain you're in. If you're in a temperate terrain, it's just kind of assumed that once or twice a day you just come across a fresh water source. Like a well or a spring or a creek or, something like that. If you're in the desert, I'm gonna, have you track your water. And then the only time you really have to track food is when the party is traveling. And even then, there are people in the party who have spells that allow for feeding most of the party. So,
okay, cool.
If you start the game with some rations or something to get you to, where you're going or whatever, that's fine. And then you probably will never again have to track food or, water. More than likely. The group does go out to the desert sometimes, or like across the plains sometimes. It's kind of.
Okay.
But I'll tell you when you have to track food and water. Just as long as you have something to carry food and water, it's fine. And then if you purchase some food at the beginning, that's fine. And there's you probably know about the revised second edition player's handbook, the 3 different kinds of rations they have in there. There's dry rations, regular rations, and iron rations. And I think it's dry rations. They basically last forever because it's like hardtack and pocket soup, and basically you're eating salt and like wheat flour. And they're really expensive because there's so much salt in it, right? Because salt cost a lot in medieval times, so it's highly valuable for preserving food. And then yeah, and so for 7 of them, it's 10 gold coins. They're really expensive. As long as you keep them dry, they last forever. Iron rations are like it's higher in protein and iron, more red meat than pocket soup and hardtack. So you probably have stuff like jerky and maybe some preserved vegetables that are high in iron, like dried spinach leaves and stuff like that in your in your iron rations. And they don't last as long, but it's only like 5 GP for a week's worth for 7 of them. And then normal rations are things like dried fruit and like dried nuts. And like it actually tastes good, but it doesn't last for very long. They only last like a few months maybe, rather than like years like the dry rations do. And they're the cheapest. It's 3 gold for a week. And then each day's worth of rations is about 1 pound. So you have to have water, to hydrate something usually in rations. Like dry rations have pocket soup. You just add hot water to that and it turns into broth, and you dip the hardtack in it and eat that, or turn it into porridge or something, And then
I was just trying to figure out like what else I need to spend my money on for character creation for level. I have like after the requirements of my
probably gonna want clothes.
And gold left.
Yeah, you're probably gonna want clothes, boots, pants, belt pouches, a backpack, like a water or a wineskin you can keep water in. Maybe like a small tent and a winter blanket to lay on when you sleep, stuff like that. Creature comforts. Maybe some flint and steel to start fires. What else is there that's useful? Yeah, pouches and a backpack to carry your loot and your gear and stuff. And yeah, boots. If you want a extra set of clothes or whatever, like if you get wet or something and you want some dry clothes to change into, each set of clothing is 10 pounds, but that includes footwear. So like if you have an extra pair of riding boots and breeches and a vest and a cap or something,
that all weighs 10 pounds together. And then you don't have to... Go ahead.
Would it be assumed that obviously you come with at least one pair of clothes automatically, or do I have to buy that too?
Yeah, you buy that. Everything you start with comes from your starting funds, but
Okay.
luckily the money system in second edition is really easy. Like, you know, obviously coppers are kind of like a penny. They're 1/100th of a dollar being a gold coin, and then dimes are silver. So there's
Gotcha.
10 of those in a dollar, and a lot of that stuff is like a couple of coppers and a couple of silvers for, you know, whatever, boots or things like that. And then once you do it one time in character creation, you don't really have to worry about it ever again unless the stuff gets destroyed somehow, or if someone steals it from you, or if you give it away. You know, if you give someone your pouch or something, you might want to replace it. Let's see. Shadow the Unicorn has 13 health. Jeez. Oh, I'm gonna maximize his first hit die. So 19 health.
Doesn't the charger aspect?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I think it makes you faster and like raises morale or something like that for the horse. Let's see, index, fun, charger, horse quality, Dungeon Master's Guide, table 25. Okay, so Charger, you get 100%, 150% of your normal movement rate. Carrying capacity is raised by 1/3. And cost modifier is multiplied by 4, but you don't have to buy your first one. So... horse quality. Shadow. Charger Unicorn. Oh yeah, since you are riding a creature that has really good attacks, if you forego any of your attacks, you can have your unicorn fight. Its horn does D12 damage, and if it does a charge attack, I think it does triple damage. 30...
Pretty sure it's at least double. I remember that.
Yeah. If you have 30 feet to charge, it does triple damage, 3d12.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's if you forgo your own attacks. You can have it attack instead.
Well, and then if I attack with the lance too, I believe that's doubled.
Yeah, but if it attacks, you can't attack, and if you attack, if you attack, it can't attack. Same. So you choose either the rider attacks or the mount.
Oh, okay.
But no matter what, you're in control of the mount.
And
Gotcha.
it will go on your initiative too. But that 3d12 damage is pretty awesome. Because it can also crit and do 6d12 damage. Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Well, I do have that 19 strength though. That's a +7.
Yeah, that's with
wow.
your weapons though, not his horn. Okay, I think it's ready. Nope, I gotta change the movement speed to 150%, which is 36. That's a fast horse. And then carrying capacity is 1 1/3, so that's 240 pounds. Yeah, 180 divided by 3 is 60. 180 plus 60 is 240. So weight allowance is 240. And why did that not change? Oh, that's right. You have to do weight for. Okay. So light encumbrance is 360 pounds. Heavy encumbrance is 480. And mounts don't have moderate or severe. They go to their base, and then they have an upper range for light and an upper range for heavy, and that's it. Anything over heavy is basically they'll just lay down. And then he got 2142 10 1 4 2 10 11 17, not 19. Jeez. Oh yeah, I forgot the +4. So 10, 11, 15, 17, 21. There we go. I think your mount is ready. Oh, no, it's not.
Well, I've been working on some stuff here the whole time, trying to figure out what all to buy, and then I'm gonna have to go and plug everything in.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna play until next weekend though, because I've got airsoft tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, and we need to do your bio and stuff. Which doesn't have to be, you know, anything huge. I just like to have somebody, you know, like you to have a paragraph. So
Yeah,
3
I'm
to
like
5
a
sentences.
two-sentence kind of guy.
Yeah. So I can give you access to some handouts that give you information about where you're from, and you can kind of read that stuff. Let's see. So you are from a place called Yanis. Let's see. Okay, I don't remember if it was Yanis Tree Town. Let's see. That's fine. Oh, it's not archived then. Lore disposition. Yep, Yanis Tree Town. Okay. Yanis Tree Town is a settlement of high elves. It is believed they have mixed with the blood of wood elves. Yanis Tree Town lies in an undisclosed location within Yanis Forest of Enervia Island. Okay. So, edit. Oh, could you change your display name to Matthias or Matthias, however you want to pronounce it?
Yeah. Probably in settings. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Personalization and display.
Should have just changed.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be funny. You're leaving your home to go to the city of your former enemies. So there was a war between your tribe of elves and the humans of Enervia City, and the players are in Enervia City right now. It was a war over mithril. There was a mine that was found by goblins, and the goblins captured a bunch of your tribe's people to have them as slaves create
mithril weapons and armor, and they use the weapons and armor to attack the city of men. So the city retaliated, and by sending adventurers to wipe out the goblins. And when the goblins were dead, the elves of your tribe tried to take over the mine, but the men weren't having it, so they declared war on your people in competition for the mithril mine, and it was called the Mithril War. It went on for like 9 or 10 years, something like that. And there was a like peace accord signed eventually. It was called the Treaty of Farzak Lode, because it was signed in a dwarven stronghold. And the only people who didn't show up to sign it were your people. Because they were still kind of perturbed. But the war has since ended, and there's like an uneasy peace, because the mithril mine is once again controlled by goblins. Because the females and the children were spared, and there was a goblin warrior character who decided he wanted to basically create his own little goblin dynasty by mating with all the females. So now there's a generation of green goblin females, and their offspring have grown up to be green goblin warriors, and there's a second generation of red goblin babies being raised by these green goblin females that are all sired by a red goblin king. And yeah, and he has decided to open up business trading with your people and the humans and the dwarves, selling mithril to them. And in exchange, paying elves to work the mithril into weapons and armor for his offspring and stepchildren. And yeah, it's long story, but that's your character allied with werebears, mongrel men, or your people allied with werebears, mongrel men. They have unicorn riders. They have a metric fuck ton of elven archers, and there are 2 castes in your people's tribe. There are the high elves, which are the original elves of the tribe, and they have mixed with a caste of Sylvan elves and have accepted the Sylvan elves into their society. But the society has become more warlike, and that's why the peace accord wasn't signed by the Yanis elves. The queen, like your queen, is ethnically half High Elven and half Sylvan Elven. And there are still...
that's a backstory right there.
Yeah. So, but you're full-blooded Sylvan Elf, so you probably come from like the warrior caste of these Yanis elves. So I'm gonna give you access to this handout, Yanis Tree Town. That's where you're from. Okay. I'm gonna give you access to the Mithril War. That's probably like your family's background, like maybe your parents fought in the Mithril War.
Yeah, I was gonna have like my father be like a veteran of the war, and that
Yeah.
he kind of like passed down his knowledge to me, and that's how I have
Yeah, your
you
unicorn
know,
rider.
skills like that
However,
now.
however, you are the first male unicorn rider. All the unicorn riders until you have been female because none of the unicorns have jived with a male rider until yours. So
Oh,
your
that's
character,
right. They
your
are
ca-
typically
yeah,
female.
they are sexist. The unicorns will usually only allow female riders, and they have to have like high charisma and shit. But your unicorn is special. He's the only black unicorn that isn't evil, right? And he's basically mutated because he's black. The other ones are, yeah. So he chose
Kind
you.
of like a reverse albino.
Yeah, kind of right. Exactly. And then, yeah. Okay, and then I'm
reverse albino unicorn.
Right.
There's a story.
okay. So here is access to the Yanis Forest handout. 1 second. Come on. There we go. So there's Yanis Forest, and I'll give you. So you got Mithril War. I'll give you access to Enervia because that's. You got to come up with a reason why you want to, like, why you don't actually hate the humans. Like maybe your dad tried to teach you to hate them, but you just kind of like, yeah, whatever, Dad. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, and you're going, and you got to come up with a reason why you want to join the Order of the Superior Star, which is the player characters. That's their adventuring company, the Order of the Superior Star. So they're famous. You've heard of them. There's a gray elf thief named Asher, who has started her own logistics company, and she's a famous adventurer. There's also a monk who is he has started his own martial arts school in a land off to the east. He's famous too. And then there's a tiefling who is a thief mage who is famous for having his own force protection group, if you catch my drift. Force protection.
Force protection group. I like
Yes.
that.
Okay. So all three of these characters are famous for their adventures. They sprouted from the group whose idea it was to sign a peace accord in the beginning to begin with. And they planted the current Goblin King in Knucklecrack. Oh, that's another thing. I need to give you access to Knucklecrack because that's where the Mithril mine is. Edit. You would know exactly where it is. The elves, your people know exactly where it is, and it's in a different forest. So there's Enervia Forest to the north of your forest, and the two forests are separated by a road. And it's a road that leads from the human capital to a port town. So the south end of the forest is called Yanis Forest, and the north end is called Enervia Forest. And Knucklecrack is in Enervia Forest, and I don't know if there's... I never made a handout for Enervia Forest, but here's Knucklecrack. So Knucklecrack is a goblin lair in Enervia Forest. It was once populated by green goblins who enslaved humans, elves, and dwarves. The green goblins of Knucklecrack once attacked Enervia City with a force of shock troops with mithril armor and weapons, slaying dozens of citizens in the night. This incursion was eventually quelled by the saviors of Enervia City. So that was the saviors of Enervia City were the first adventuring group. They were the ones. So
And then, so there's been like 4 different iterations of adventuring groups in this campaign so far. And the Saviors were the first one. And they were the ones who slew all the Green Goblin warriors. And you're gonna need to know about Enervia City. Edit. Save changes. So Enervia City is the human city that you're going to. And it's pretty close to where you live. Because the roads are well kept and you are on a really fast mount, it would only take like a matter of maybe 2-3 days tops, you know, getting from Yanis Tree Town to Enervia City.
Okay.
Once you leave that forest, it's really fast because you're on a road. And then I'll give you access to King Landric, who is the king of the human city. Save changes. So he's a really young king. And when the war started, he had just inherited the kingdom, and he was a child. So now he's like in his 20s. And being in a war-torn country has made him not the nicest young king, but he's not terrible. He's very stern to say the least. So you should be able to see his bio and info. He's an Odin worshiper. His parents died while sailing the channel between the island you guys live on and the mainland. And there's like a little bit of story behind him that's everyone knows it. It's common knowledge. At least anyone from Enervia Island. And then you're going to need to know about your queen, and I think Reina Yanis. That's her name. Shit, I haven't written her bio yet, but she is... I'm still going to give you access to read her bio. So, Matthias... Save changes. And I can actually probably just write that real quick. So her name is Reina Yanis. Yeah, I'll write something real quick. So homeland is Yanis Forest. Let's see, her religion is... I guess I don't really need to write that. I really need to write just her bio. And her appearance, probably. Yes. Is the daughter... Okay, the current queen of the Yanis Tree Town. elves. Manus forest. There we go. Whoops. Queen Radiance, Unicorn Rider. Okay. She is the daughter of.
Hey, by the way, like I said, I'm not playing tomorrow, obviously,
Yeah.
but because I still have to put my character together. But
Yeah.
I did sign up. I'm already hooked. I already signed up for your Patreon.
Okay, cool.
That's a bet. I've already got my backstory ready as to why I'm going there.
Nice. And then if you could do me a solid, any proper noun that you mention in your bio, if you could put these brackets around it, I'll show you in chat. So it's this type of bracket. So an opening bracket right before the text and a closing bracket right after. What that allows me to do is I can make a handout for any proper noun that you mention in your bio. And then those brackets are going to link that text in your bio to the handout. So it'll work kind of like a wiki where you can, so if you mention, Yanis Treetown in your bio, you could put brackets around it. And then once you save your bio, it'll turn into a link to the Yanis Treetown handout.
Gotcha.
And that goes for like everything about your character. Like when you mention your unicorn, you can, anytime you write unicorn, if you put brackets around it, anytime you mention the name of your unicorn, which is oh, I lost it.
Shadow the Unicorn.
Shadow the Unicorn, yeah. You can actually click on the text Shadow the Unicorn in your bio and it'll open his bio. And yeah. So it works like a wiki. And what that does is it allows other players to explore your character, because once they get to know you, then I give them access to your bio, and then they can learn from you in roleplay about places where you've been, because you know all about Yanis Treetown, Yanis Forest, you know about High Elves, you know about Reyna Yanis herself, you know about unicorns, you know about a lot of things, even though you're only level 1. And these are things that they can learn from you. And that allows them to open up their, perspective on the world by learning from the handouts that you have access to eventually, once you teach them. So it's just a way, it's an excuse for me to give out experience points, basically. Like every time, you get access to a new handout, I'll probably give you like a bonus of 200 points or something.
Cool.
Yeah. And same thing with the other players. High Elf King and foreign invader's daughter. Foreign Sylvan Elf invader's daughter. Yeah. Okay. Save changes. So those should all turn into links, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'll give you access to High Elf. Edit. Matthias. Save changes. And apparently I never made Sylvan Elves, which I thought I did.
Oh, am I the first one?
I don't think you're the first Sylvan Elf character, but I don't think I made Sylvan Elf the monster.
Oh, okay.
So like a monster sheet for Sylvan Elves. So I don't have... Oh, Yanis Treetown Elves, okay. Yanis Treetown Elves. So back in the day, people used to use Obsidian Portal to make a wiki for their campaign like this. But I found out you can like link things together on Roll20. You can link character bios to, you know, handouts and whatnot. And there was no need for Obsidian Portal. I could just put all my lore into Roll20. So I have like hundreds of these little handouts. And I try to keep them like short and sweet with like a little picture. So you don't have to spend 20 minutes reading one, you know, handout. It usually just takes like a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Like tops. Usually they're like maybe 2 sentences. Maybe 2 or 3 for the most part. I think I have one or, you know, maybe a handful of handouts that are even more than 1 paragraph. And I think the longest one I have is like 3 paragraphs. And that might be Enervia City. Because Enervia City has such a background story to it. You're probably going to want Enervia Forest, which... Okay, I never wrote one for Enervia Forest. Let's see. Portraits, Forest.
Well, hey man, I think I'm gonna get to bed.
All right.
I'm Central Time, so it's after midnight here.
Oh, geez. All right. Sleep well, and see you next weekend.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll keep
Right
you
on.
updated on the character sheet. I mean, obviously you can just view it yourself, but I'll just kind of let you know once I finish it, and you can look it over, make sure everything's good.
Yeah. I'm going to change your nickname on Discord to Matthias the Wild Elf.
I can do Matthias Gabriel too. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that works.
Yep. And yeah, have a good night. Glad to have
thanks
you
a lot, man.
aboard.
Heck yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You're technically the only player character warrior. So that's cool.
There's no other fighters?
There are fighters in the party, but they're either henchmen or followers.
Oh, all right. I was expecting there to be lots of fighters, but all right,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
There's a samurai. There's a Ashura fighter that has a kind of a similar build to what you have, but he's not allowed to wear armor. So you're eventually gonna be better than him because you'll have better saving throws.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I
Gonna tank
think
all the dragons at once.
I think you're stronger too. And then there's also okay, there's a samurai. There's there's a minotaur fighter that uses minotaur axe. And he wears armor but no shield. And then the only other tanky character I can really think of is an Eladrin. He's like a fighter mage. But he gets his ass kicked a lot, so his armor class isn't really super good. Yours is eventually going to be the best. Like, eventually you'll probably get +5 armor and a +5 shield and all that stuff. So, but all right, talk to you later.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. One last thing that I was gonna ask is, so in skills and powers.
Yeah. Traits.
Character points for.
I don't use character points, but
You don't. Okay.
But if there's a trait that you want, I'll allow you to take it for a similar amount of non-weapon slots. So, you know, what is there, like light sleeper or something like that? Isn't there?
So it's in chapter 4 fighter. You can build them to where they get 1d12 for hit points.
Oh, that's not a trait though. So that's that's not available. The traits are available. So let's see, skills and powers, non-weapon proficiencies, weapon proficiencies, mastery, character points, background events, ability scores. Isn't there traits in here somewhere? Character classes. Find trait. Table 46, traits. So there's allure, alertness, ambidexterity, animal empathy, artistic ability, climate sense, double jointed, empathy, fast healer, glibness, impersonation. So if you notice, the minimum is 4. So anything that's up to 4 will cost 1 slot. Anything over 4 is 2 slots. So if you wanted,
chapter is that in?
Whatever chapter has table 46.
There we go. I found it. Would I need ambidexterity if it's sword and shield?
So what ambidexterity does is, round to round, it allows you to pick which weapon is your main weapon. So you could switch, you know, if you had like 2 magic longswords, each round you could choose which one is your main weapon and which one is your offhand weapon.
Oh,
And
okay.
so what that does is, your main weapon is the one you have multiple attacks with, and your offhand weapon you only ever attack once per round with your offhand weapon. So, like if you had, I don't know, a flame tongue in one hand and ice brand or whatever they're called in your left hand, and you're in a place that has like, I don't know, mummies and fire elementals. From round to round, you might switch between mummies and fire elementals as your target. So you might want to attack the fire elementals more times per round with your ice sword, and the mummies more times per round with your fire sword, right? So it
Gotcha.
gives you that option. And also, whichever
hand has the lowest penalty to hit, you have that same penalty for both hands. So let's say you have a longsword and a shield. You're going to want to spend slot in... I guess that's a bad example. Let's say you have a longsword and a short sword. Your short sword, let's say, is your offhand weapon for that round or whatever, and your longsword is your main weapon. Normally you have -2 to hit with your longsword and -4 to hit with your short sword. If you have ambidexterity, you have -2 to hit with both, rather than -2, -4. And then from round to round, you can choose which one is your main weapon. If you want to attack more with your short sword, you can, or your long sword, you can. And then for sword and shield, you're going to want to spend 1 slot in sword shield style, so you don't lose your armor class if you do like a shield punch. If you want to be doing shield punches. And then also, you're going to want 2-weapon fighting style if you have a sword and a shield and you're doing, shield punches and cutting with your sword. Because that will allow you to fight with both, and it decreases your penalty from -2, -4 to -0, -2. And then that combined with ambidexterity turns your bonus or your penalty into -0, -0. So it's kind of convoluted. If I had a way to do a diagram or something, it'd be way easier to explain. I like to draw.
I get it.
When I'm showing people stuff. Yeah.
So it'd be 1 slot for shields, 1 slot for dual weapon,
1 slot for ambidexterity, and 1 slot for sword shield, and 2 slots for longsword if you're going to specialize.
So 1 for shields.
Yep.
1 for weapon and shield.
Weapon and shield. Yep.
1 for dual weapon.
Yes.
1 for ambidexterity.
I think ambidexterity is 1, yeah. And 2 for longsword.
2 for longsword. That would be 6.
Yeah. And you get 4 weapon and 3 non-weapon at level 1, and your intelligence gives you a bonus of 2, one of which you spent on common tongue.
So I'd have 5 out of the 6 at level, at least.
Yeah. Unless you as a warrior, you can also cross over non-weapon slots to weapons.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That's in the Fighter's Handbook, that rule.
Okay. So we'll make sure that we get all 6 of those then.
Yeah. And then you'd have 2 left over for non-weapon proficiencies. And of course, some non-weapon proficiencies cost more than 1 slot.
Yes.
Yeah. And once your bio is good, then you're good to go. And I will find you a better token, because that one is definitely a 2-handed sword guy.
Yeah. We'll find a sword and shield guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I think I got all my questions answered. And and I'll double check with you before everything's signed,
Yeah.
so to speak. We got a week, so.
Yep.
All right, man.
All right. Have a good one.
I appreciate you, Josh. See you soon.
All right. Talk to you later. We are gonna raid into. Oh, thanks for the follow, Brian the Human Being. Really appreciate that. We are going to raid into. Oh, so here's my friend Jesse. He's Horp on Twitch, and he's playing Demon Souls right now, so this should be interesting.